Hi all. In this lecture, we are going to discuss tree traversal. We all know tree is a non-linear data structure. So, there are various ways to visit all the nodes of the tree, and we have different tree traversal techniques to perform this traversal. So, let us discuss what is tree traversal. It is the process of visiting or accessing each node of the tree in a certain order. We have different tree traversal techniques. So basically there are two categories. One is depth first, the other one is breadth first. So this breadth first, it is also called as level order traversal. When it comes to depth first, we have pre-order traversal, in-order and post-order. We'll discuss one by one with examples. So this is a given tree. Here we are going to perform pre-order traversal for this tree. If it is pre-order traversal, first we have to visit root, then we have to visit the left subtree and we have to visit the right subtree. So root, left and right. If we go in this order, so these are the steps: visit the root, then call pre-order of left subtree, then call pre-order of right subtree. We'll discuss how to do this. So the first thing is visit the root. What is root? P is the root. And what is the next step? We have to perform the pre-order of left subtree, right? So this is my left subtree. Yes. So in the left subtree, again I have to look for the root. So in the left subtree, what is the root? Q is the root. Yes. And again I have to visit the left subtree. So in the left subtree, what is the left subtree of this Q? It is S. Yes. So put S here. And coming to the, now the left subtree is done, then you have to come to the right subtree of Q. So what is right subtree of Q? This part is your right subtree of Q. So we have to check again for the root. So T is the root. We have to visit the left subtree of tree. We don't have anything called left subtree of tree. Only we have, if we don't have, then what we have to do? We have to move to the right subtree of T, which is V. Okay. Then what is the next thing? We are done with this complete left subtree. Then we have to move on to this right subtree. So it is pre-order. So what is the order? Root, left and right. We are done with root. We are done with the left subtree. Then now we have to move on to the right subtree. So if you go to the right subtree, in the right subtree, please look for the root. R is the root. And just check for the left subtree of R. We don't have anything called left subtree of R. Then move on to the right subtree of R, which is U. So this is the pre-order traversal for this given tree. Next we will move on to in-order traversal. In-order traversal, the order is, it is left, root, right. So here the order is for always the root. If it's pre-order, the root comes first. If it's in order, the root comes in the middle. Okay. So what is the left subtree? So what is the thing? Call in order of left subtree, visit the root, then call in order right subtree. What is the left subtree? This is your left subtree. In the left subtree, again I have to call in order of left subtree. So what is the in order of left subtree? It is yes. Okay. Then once here we don't have anything left in the left subtree, so move on to the root. So Q is my root, Q is the root of this left subtree. Okay, then just move on to the right of this part. Again in the right you have to look for left. We don't have anything left, so just move on to root T and just move on to right subtree. Then what is the thing? Once your left subtree is done, okay, visit the root. This is P is my root. So this left subtree is done. Then P. Then what is you have to call in order of right subtree. So if you call in order of right subtree, so what again you have to look for left. We don't have any left here. So what is the next thing? You have to go for root. What is there in the right subtree? U. So this is the in order traversal of your given tree. Next we will move on to post order traversal. What is post order traversal? Left, right, root. That is the post order traversal. So root comes at the last. First we have to complete our left subtree, then we have to complete our right subtree, then we have to move on to the root. Fine. So what is my left subtree? This is my left subtree. Yes. So just start with yes. Okay. Again, what we have to do? We have to move to the right subtree. What is right subtree? This is the right subtree. Yes, TV is the right subtree. In the right subtree, again I have to look for left subtree. I don't have anything in the left subtree. And just move on to the right, I have V. Then, what is that? We have T. T is the root. Now we are done with left subtree. We are done with this S, and we are done with TV, which is right subtree. Then what is left here? Then Q, which is the root of this subtree. Then now we are completely done with left subtree. Now we have to move on to what? Right subtree RU. So what it will be? So again you have to call left subtree. We don't have anything called left. So the other thing is what? We have the right subtree, which is U. Which is U. And you have to call the root. And at last your left subtree is done, our right subtree is done. Then the remaining is what? P, which is the root. Got it? Yes. This P is the root. This is my right. This is my left, and this is my root. So this is how post-order traversal works. The next important traversal is level order traversal, which is also called as breadth-first traversal. Here the nodes will be traversed level by level. For that we are going to use a data structure called queue. We are going to have two things. One is queue, the other one is visited. Okay, so now let us see how this works. So we'll start with the first node, which is we'll start with root. So what is algorithm? Create an empty queue. So we are done with the queue, and enqueue the root node to the tree to queue. So what is the root node? P is the root node. Okay, this is the first step. So once you enqueue, what you have to do is, now the queue will become, see, visited. What is there in P? What is there in Q? It is P. Make the PS visited. Okay, and you have to look for adjacent of P. What is adjacent of P? It is Q and R. Now have Q and R in the queue. Okay. Now what is there in the Q? What is Q's adjacent? It is S and T. Now we have to visit Q. So how the Q will become? Q will become R, yes, and S and T. Visited will become what? P, Q. Now what is waiting in the queue? R is waiting in the queue. So we have to visit R. While visiting R, we have to enqueue the adjacent nodes of R into the queue. So adjacent node of R is what? U, right? So Q will become S, T. It is U. Am I right? Visited will become P, Q, R. Done? Now what is waiting in the queue? S is waiting in the queue. What is the adjacent of S? Adjacent of S is, we don't have anything, so we can just visit Q, T, U. Visited node will become what? P, Q, R, S. Now what is waiting in the queue? T is waiting in the queue. We have to look for adjacent node of T. So we have V. So how the queue will become now? So we have visited T. Okay, visited T. So it is P, Q, R, S, T. The adjacent of T is what? V. So please insert NQ V. Now what is waiting in the queue? U. So we have to visit U now. While visiting U, we have to check whether U has any adjacent nodes. U doesn't have any adjacent node. So the Q will become B. The visited array will become P, Q, R, S, T, U. Now what is waiting in the queue? V is waiting in the queue. We have to look for adjacent node of V. So what is adjacent node of V? We don't have any adjacent node for V. So Q will become empty. Visited will become P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So this is called this P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. This comes by what? Level order traversal. So it will traverse level by level. So we keep if you look at this, we keep doing this visiting until the queue becomes empty. Remember that. So this is how level order works. So this is one of the important topics. Traversal is one of the important topics in data structures and then design analysis of algorithms as well. So please go through this. You can try your own examples. Thank you for watching this video.